Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. So, I just finished binge watching Charmed Season 6. And although it was mostly, the message was about changing the future and whatnot, it still is a good show. Well, the original, the first 8 seasons. Now we're heading into season 11. So, yeah. But, after I'm done reviewing season 10, I'm going to explain why both Charmed seasons, or both old Charmed and new Charmed, are set in the same world. And anyways, so I highly believe, let me just get the fan theory out of the way, or the fan theory notion, or whatever you want to call it, out of the way. So, I believe that Old Charmed is set in Earth 1. Because, yes, they do deal with monsters. Yes, they do deal with mythical creatures. But they have referenced, they call hell the underworld. See, and they named dropped the devil. Hence, that's what they call. They go back and forth between calling Lucifer, or the devil, in Supernatural, the devil, or sometimes the man with the yellow eyes. Same thing goes for the Shadow King. But we're not talking about the Shadow King, Alma Farouk. But that's a whole nother villain, a whole nother world, separate. But we are in fact talking about how Charmed connects to the DCEU TV, or the DC TV side of things, slash the DCEU, or what is currently known as the DCEU. So, okay, let's look at it this way, okay? So, they dropped Lucifer, they dropped Lucifer in one of the seasons. They are constantly back and forth with the name dropping of Nancy Drew. They battle demons. They encounter ghosts. They time travel. They have time manipulation. They have telekinesis. They can quote unquote orb, because orbing gives you white stardust abilities or whatever. But then again, it did come out in like season 6 did come out in like the early 2000s. It's like pretty much seasons 1 through 3 came out in the late 90s, I believe. Late 90s, early 2000s. So, yeah. I want to say it ended from what Netflix says and Google. It ended in mid-2000s, which kind of sounds right. I'm not too sure. But it just might have been like one of those things they changed the year of because, you know, I don't know. I feel like they do that a lot. But anyways, so they name drop Nancy Drew quite a bit. One in season 2, again in season 3, again in season 5. And Oliver Queen might have been in college somewhere around that point, or might have been in high school. Team Flash would have been in high school around that point, or about to be going into high school, because like Flash didn't come onto the scene until like I want to say 2013. Yes, that sounds about right, because like Arrow, so yeah, 2015. I mean, not 2015, 2013, and then 2 years after, Supergirl would be taking place, or Supergirl would take place during the events of she's on her world and she's doing her own thing, you know, being a kid, doing Kid Kara Danvers stuff. I guess I don't really know how Warner Brothers and AT&T does the whole multiverse thing. Not how they do the multiverse, but how certain events take place on their worlds or whatever. But as interesting as season 6, or the premise of season 6 was, it's still good to like look back on the time of the era, when the time period in which it came out in. Now, yes, granted, it did come out in the early, like late to early 2000s, because let's face it, it was one heck of a freaking time. And another thing that I was thinking about is, okay, if Chris is from 25 years or 20 years in the future of when season 6 aired, which I believe was 03 at the time, if that sounds about right, which I honestly don't know. I think it does, because Netflix says has it that season 8 ended in 05, so I guess makes sense that it would be 03. So 20 years after that would be 2023. So he would have been 20, around 20 when he time traveled back. So in order to change the future. So I guess that makes sense, because okay, we've seen it been done with the Flash, Nora. We've seen it been done before with Oliver Queen's daughter. Mia Smoke. So is there something that we're missing? Like, okay, 20 years in the future, we don't. Chris Nevers, the person who played Chris, Stu Fuller, I believe, never really talked about his future character arc or what happened in the future. So we have to assume that certain events happened. And granted that Crisis on Infinite Earths did take place in the Arrowverse, what does that say for the witches who might have played a bigger, crucial role in dealing with the crisis, or dealing with the events of dealing with crisis. Like, we might have seen, we could have been seeing some things happen during Crisis that we didn't even know, you know? But also, there's another thing that they brought into Charmed. Another world, Earth 2. Earth 2, which is a more darker version of our Earth, or like our current Earth, or what was our current Earth in the CW / pre Oliver Queen taking up the Arrow / Green Arrow persona or name and whatnot. So anything could be possible, but it was mostly changing the future. Like, that's the most common thing, you know? And I mean, I believe they changed the future for the better, but yeah. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys so far. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Also, my redo season 7 review should be out or should be coming pretty soon, like, give or take 3 days. Because I'm gonna bust out another handful of videos, and I have to what I have to watch Stargirl tomorrow. So I'm going to most likely do season 7 Wednesday. Just today, Monday. Yeah, season 7 should be coming back around Wednesday. So please stay tuned for that. Also, I'm gonna be super freaking busy because I have a lot of stuff to do before Dark Month, which is right around the corner. And yeah, so Dark Month, or whatever you want to call it, is right around the corner, and it's a better time for me to redo as much videos or as much of my old TV shows that I have done before I redo the movies and stuff like that. So, or a good majority of the movies that I have already done in the past on my other channel, which I'm probably going to just delete and then start fresh. I don't know, I'm still working out the details on that one. But yeah, anyways, once again, that's all I have for you guys so far. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Thanks.